live. What up, y'all? It's the homie Moss MoneyPot Podcast. Back in the den, back in the basement. We had a great show last week out in the Spicy Belly with the homie Tim Miller. So we back with the boys, about to get in these picks, man. Tell you about the week. We got some things coming up. There's some major announcements coming up. We got coming in. Let me get to my sheet real quick. What's good, bros, man? What's up? My fault.
No, it's always good to be up in the building, you know. Back at it.
My bad. Sorry.
No intro, right?
No intro. I was right with
Straight
it.
to task.
Not today.
Straight to the task. All good, though.
Yeah, definitely. So, like I was saying, we have 3 more live shows coming to the Spicy Belly, 3847 Terrace Street. We got my homie Sins coming in. He's a Krav McGraw instructor, showing us some self-defense. So, ladies, please show up. And even gentlemen as well, please show up. It's always good to know how to defend yourself.
Nice.
We got the homie Renard Abrams coming in, quarterback guru. That's going to be coming up in December. And then any type of advertisements, make sure you email me at www.moneypotpodcast.com. Yo, I didn't even get to tell y'all, but I was talking to the homie Steve-O. We did 1,000 views last week.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Here we go.
On
Nice.
Facebook. So we doing all right.
Here we
gotta
go.
get there.
Hey.
We getting there. You know what I mean? So sweatshirts are still coming. I'll have that on the actual website at MoneyPot Podcast, www.moneypotpodcast.com. They're coming soon, so I will put them up as soon as I can. You know what I mean? So we got some fresh gear. Getting cold out there, man.
True.
So let's get right into it. So I got some culture talk for y'all, man. What do y'all think about what the NBA is doing with these new recruits, with these new blue chip recruits, the NBA G League, where the biggest question about how it really is, like, it is a scam almost because, yo, these colleges are
scam for what you think the G League thing is a scam?
No.
Oh.
Like how the way the NCAA is set up, like they make money off these boys. It's a farm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and then the kids and the family don't really get nothing. Now obviously we all know there's some behind the scenes type stuff that happens always.
Right.
Yeah.
But what do you think about these kids getting an opportunity to choose now? Am I going to go to college, or I'm going to go right now and go right to the league at 18 years old? Steve-O, hit me up with something.
I mean, you know what's crazy? They had the opportunity to do it before, but not on a G League level.
Right.
It was more so like overseas. They can go professional.
That's true.
Overseas, if they wanted to play a year over there, then enter the draft here. That's what Emmanuel Mudiay did.
Right.
Absolutely.
Went that route.
Right.
Because at one point you had to be drafted to go to the G League. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you couldn't get drafted.
Or like an unsigned free
Right.
agent.
Outside free agent.
You could do it
Absolutely.
that
Okay.
way.
Mhm.
But I think it's good. I think it's a good opportunity for them to earn. I think what was like 100,000.
Yeah. It was
100,000.
$125K.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
year.
for the year.
Why not? You had that opportunity. If you know you're gonna be one and done, why not try to make 125,000? Because anything can happen in that year. You may blow out your knee. So
Right.
If you're in college, you may blow out your knee, but at least you got some money. But I don't know how. I mean, I think the colleges will still be in competition with some of these kids because some people really want the college experience.
True.
As well as playing ball, but they want you get to be the man in college.
Right.
When you get on campus.
And it's a
you-
great
That's trouble too.
experience.
That's trouble.
Yeah,
That's
you-
trouble.
you-
We're gonna get in that too, but that's trouble.
You get waited on foot and hand. Like you're the man.
Right.
Yeah.
So it depends on, if they coming from a wealthy background, if they parents aren't struggling, if the parents really stress education. It all depends. But I think it's a good option for them to have instead of just saying, all right, you have to go to college or you have to go to overseas.
Right.
I mean, I think the key word to this whole situation is that they said elite. One
They
and
said
done.
blue chip. I think the quote was blue chip.
So we talking probably if we
Athletes.
see a Dwight Howard, if we see a LeBron James coming through the camp,
Right.
all right, we're going to see if we can give him 125K. It ain't going to be like the the middle of the pack people that think they can come out. So it's going to be the elite.
It'll be the kids like Zion Williamson.
Right.
Kids like that.
Which
you see what he's doing already?
Man, hey.
Jesus
But
Christ.
he's a ball player. I think that's what he's trying to prove, that he can play the game of basketball. So
he's a different breed though, bro.
Right.
His athleticism is just I've never seen anything like that, yo.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it. I think it's a kid's opportunity to those that don't want to go to college, which this their option. But how do you feel about it with LeVar Ball and then trying to compete? You think it's trying to undercut LeVar Ball's league?
No, because it's only the elite talent.
Okay, like
now LeVar.
That's a good point too.
He's not going to get the elite talent. He probably wasn't going to get the elite talent.
I didn't even think of that.
Right away.
But I think LeVar was preaching that, hey, if you're not going to go to college and you're a one and done, come to my league and that's elite.
I think what was he offering? Something like
was it like 60?
Yeah, it was something well below the 125. But that's what I'm saying. Do you think the G League now is undercutting that competition and saying, okay, we like your idea, we're just going to double down on it though,
right,
and make it better.
LeVar is going to get other kids too. That's not. Maybe
not everybody can not go to school now.
Yeah,
at some point, like,
but he's not going to get all of the 5-star recruits.
Okay,
and
it's interesting.
And they probably wasn't going to go.
I didn't even think of that. That's a good point.
Either. I mean, I talked with that. We talked with that in the group. I don't even notice it. I don't think you noticed it with Kurt and Screws. And I said the same thing. Like,
oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's taken away from LeVar Ball league, but at the same time, it's really not. It's just an option. Now you have more than one option. If you're that 4-star recruit,
no, that's right.
In that elite tier, you can still.
I know, but go to school though.
Right.
Like if let's not go to school. Like I think ultimately, if you're not LeBron James or Dwight Howard coming out of high school, go to school.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like get your experience in school. Get the game underneath your belt. Go to school. There ain't too many people that can just jump from high school right to the league.
True. So, that was a good point there, B.Diddy. So I like that. And then, Steve, you're absolutely right as well about just now you have more than one option, just like you got more than one league. So speaking of athletes that are in college, that what you do get in terms of, maybe the other side of being a high profile, person in college. The homie, I don't want to call him a homie, but the brother Quentin Cephas, I think it is, from Wisconsin, got charged sexual assault when 2 girls had allegedly said he sexually assaulted them for having a threesome. But there's obviously text messages and stuff back and forth that kind of seemed that everything was consensual, everything was cool. But
yeah, I seen the one girl. She was like, I would never go home with someone that I don't know.
Right.
I was, drunk, so they charged him with, like sexual assault with alcoholic influence or whatever, something like that.
Something they made up.
Yeah.
Word. So he was a academic All Big Ten, honorable mention, All Big Ten receiver for Wisconsin. So, this thing is going to forever change his life, obviously.
Right. Absolutely.
So, I just hope and pray the brother gets out of the situation on a positive side.
Now, here's my take on it, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Now, I'm always one that's for, let's say, the right way, because sometimes it could go either way. If that was the case, if he did it, then he should be punished accordingly. If it was, some type of sexual assault involved.
Yeah, the way they was talking, bro, in that text messages, everything was cool.
Right, it seemed like everything.
Yeah, I didn't see all of that because then I seen that
cool.
the girls was like, oh, well, his roommate was there laughing, taking pictures as well.
It seemed like it was a party.
Yeah. I mean, and they do,
right.
and that's what I'm saying. Now, if it's a made up story, I feel like the women should be charged as well.
And I think,
and that's the thing that I don't. That's the thing that I don't like. I don't like that a lot of times they get off scot-free with making up these stories, and it still impacts the guy's life.
Exactly. Can destroy his life.
Yeah, even if it's found, not true. It's unfounded. It still impacts you in a negative way. You still got to carry that baggage with you.
Yeah.
So I feel as though if you making up a lie to really sabotage somebody's career, someone's life, you should be charged with that somehow.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I completely agree.
It'll be a deterrent for, like, what's the deterrent? Oh, I can sit here and make it up
At any time.
Anytime.
And if it doesn't,
and even if it doesn't get you booked or get you in jail, it still can possibly mess up your whole career. You know, just a speculation.
No, I think it will.
Like, that kid's not playing football right now in this season.
Nah, he's done.
Right, he's not even in school. So the idea of it, everything comes back clean, and this was just what it was. He probably can't go back to Wisconsin.
And then, you know, this kind of segues everything we were talking about in the beginning in terms of the about the G League, about giving kids an option. So now this kid did the right thing, went to college. Looks like he's going to be a big-time player. And now look at his situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I actually, when I was in college playing ball, it was a kid out of, I want to say it was going to Hampton. It was a high school kid that ended up getting charged by a young lady at 18, and he said she sexually assaulted him. And this kid was, like, big time.
Right.
Like, league potential big time.
right.
It was over after that.
Went to jail for, like, 5 years for rape.
Crazy.
To find out that she finally came out at 25 years old that this never happened.
Right.
Like, you destroyed this man's life.
Two guys at LaSalle.
Yeah. That was
crazy.
That happened to
crazy.
him. And at the end of the day,
They came out okay on that, John.
Yeah. One came out pretty good.
Right.
No, great.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him. Great, yeah.
And, you know, they, like you said, they both came out clean slate with it, but still got kicked out of the school.
Got kicked out of school.
And that shit was all over the news.
Yeah. And
all over
and
the
it
news.
still carries baggage with
Right,
it.
absolutely.
It's not good. And they come to find out that the whole time, you know, the girl was with it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, sometimes they're embarrassed the next day.
Right. And then they
Now,
absolutely.
and the alcohol can play.
Oh, it
Right.
plays a
factor
role.
in
It plays a role.
Right.
And now when you sober up, it's like, oh my God,
What did I just
everyone,
do?
everyone's gonna know that
Yeah.
I did this or whatever. So now I'm just gonna say that I didn't know what was going on. I wasn't coherent. I said, but when it came down to it, you never said stop.
Right.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Point
Absolutely,
blank.
Yeah,
Be
my
careful.
whole
Be
thing
careful.
is, man, I'm gonna be honest, man. If I was to sit and talk to these young guys, man, as crazy as it sounds, you better get them to sign something consensual, like in some type of agreement. If they don't want to do it,
That's
just
so
roll.
weird, bro.
It's weird. It probably messes up the mood, but guess what?
That's so weird.
A lot of these dudes, you think about it,
I seen something like that too.
a lot of these guys do it, like big time artists, people like that.
Yeah.
They'll have them, or they be like, no phone policy. Like, you're not bringing no phone nowhere near this kind of party.
Leave at the door, put in the bag.
Yeah. Look, sign this. You know, I'm here willingly.
Yeah, Ice Cube or somebody did.
Yeah.
some shit like
Consent
People do
forms.
that, man.
Yeah.
People do that.
I-
Because it's a way to
protect yourself, absolutely.
And if you don't want to, then you can roll. You can roll.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I think that's probably the best case.
Yeah.
It seems kind of crazy when you bring out a
It
form and
seems
you like
crazy.
you don't want to mess up the possible way of getting goods, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to protect yourself. And if I pull out a sheet and she's gonna look at me crazy,
then that mean
but if you like, this is what it is. Like, I got to protect myself. I have an investment in myself. And,
True. No,
you know what I mean?
Right.
So these
You're
young kids, unfortunately, got to get to this point. But sexual assault is real.
Yeah.
We're not going to
It is.
downplay sexual assault. Sexual assault for women is real,
definitely
but it also goes on the other side too. So
No, I think the length of the conversation is warranted because it's important. So you know, what I mean, we good. So last thing I want to get to real quick is, what do y'all think about? Yo, it's crazy too because when Carolina won, did y'all see all the gloating about what Carolina when they beat us?
Right. I don't.
Like,
I mean,
yo,
they-
they ain't never do that. I was surprised to see that,
It
B.
was down 17.
Yo, you see the video from Cam on Cam's Instagram?
Nah.
With the dog faces and stuff.
Nah, he had a
No.
video. He had a Meek Mill video.
We got to think.
Oh,
When the
wow.
last time they beat us, though?
he had highlights.
Exactly.
He had highlights of the game with Meek Mill playing in the back.
Yeah.
Like, we are the streets. That John.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
It's,
I mean, but
Yo,
they,
but I was like,
they
hype,
can't.
though.
But we're the champions, so why
Hype
wouldn't
though.
you have to?
I mean, I'm a Cam fan, but he was They was hype. They was hype to beat us, yo.
Beat the Super Bowl
That is true.
games.
I guess. Yeah. I guess that would make it that.
Yeah.
It does.
True.
And they played.
True.
They didn't play well.
True.
At all.
You know what I
And
mean?
they
So
came back
it was kind of like
down 17.
And don't forget, we was also dancing early. Like the
Yeah,
kickoff team was
yeah,
out there
yeah.
dancing, doing what we normally
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
So at that point, when you get
Kicking
smacked
the free
back in the
kick.
mouth,
The free
it's
kick
like
in
the free
end
kick.
zone.
Yep,
Right.
yep. So
All right. So we're gonna roll real quick to NBA shit.
Wait, no, you was about to go into Eric Reed.
yeah, I forgot
oh yeah,
that.
yep,
Ooh.
yeah, Reed,
Yeah,
He was
pull
about
that
to go
back.
into
which also
Eric
played a part.
Yes,
in that.
yes. My fault. So what do y'all think? I'll let you go, Steve, since you corrected me. I know you because Malcolm's your man.
Malcolm's my guy.
He is. The sellout comment. Talk to me.
I think it was a horrible comment. I don't think he's a sellout. I don't know if they just had the interpretation of the whole goal of the coalition.
The player coalition. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it was pretty much. How can I say it? It wasn't defined what the goal is between, let's say like Malcolm Jenkins and Kaepernick, Eric Reed. Because did you see when Josh Norman came out?
I didn't read. I saw he said something, but I didn't read. I didn't read his comments.
He was pretty much like, this is a smack in the face to all of us.
Yeah,
Him coming at Malcolm Jenkins isn't just coming at him.
right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
coming at all of us, because at the end of the day, we were all here in support of Colin Kaepernick. But at the end of the day, Colin Kaepernick had no vision. He had no real plan. Like, we were willing to follow, but what is it that we're following?
Right.
Right.
Because,
Okay.
You have the ball. He said something like, you have the ball, but where are you carrying it?
Right.
So
Right.
they
Right.
didn't have a defined plan on what to do with it. And he was saying like, well, I have living proof that the guys that's in this coalition are in the community making a change for the community,
Right,
doing
right,
things, giving
right.
back to the community.
Right.
It's not, that we're just here not doing anything pretty much.
Right.
And for him to come out and say that, he said was pretty much a smack in the face. And it's not, you not just calling Malcolm Jenkins a sellout. You're talking about all of us, because we still, we're still in it, and we're doing what we envisioned on doing.
Right.
So, Eric Reed said something along the lines, to them like, well, if Colin Kaepernick isn't leading this like coalition, he didn't want to be a part of it. But they was like, that was never like voted on who was going to be the leader. Like, Kaepernick never was voted on like the leader towards it. So it comes out like different stories. So it's, like I said, it's very interesting for like Josh Norman to come out, even though he wasn't specifically talking to him, but he's backing it because he's feeling like, well, damn, like I'm part of this too, and I know
Right.
what we're doing, and to me, outside looking in, you like, well, damn, all right, Cap ain't had no vision or no plan with it, so where do you go from there? Like, what do you do?
Right. No, and it's crazy because I had to dig a little bit myself, and the NFL Player Coalition got $89 million for projects for criminal justice reform,
Right.
law enforcement, community relations, education. So, I mean, I didn't know that. That's a lot. That's a good. You know what I mean?
That was last year when it
Yeah. And I think I read something that Eric Reed was saying that he thought he was a sellout because he didn't get the owner's money. They got like the NFL just kind of mmoved funds around to pay for the thing. So, but he was saying that the reason why Kaepernick was kneeling was to go against like the higher ups. Like we want to hit the owner.
But you start somewhere.
But was that really what he was kneeling for? Like, was he? For me, it wasn't an NFL thing. This wasn't a NFL issue.
No, I'm so yeah.
Right. This
was
a.
No, he
like,
wasn't
at that time.
Bring awareness from everybody.
Right, from everywhere. He used his platform to take a knee during a national anthem. It wasn't about the NFL. He wasn't kneeling toward the NFL and what they're doing. He was kneeling because he's able to show himself through the national television that there is unjust amongst people that's the color of my skin.
Correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, unfortunately, Kaepernick faded away as he stood strong. But sometimes those guys get sacrificed, and we're seeing that. Those leads usually are sacrificial lambs. But it's people that behind it that, like a Malcolm Jenkins or even an Eric Reed,
right,
that can push the message forward. And I think that's what Malcolm's plan was, say, I like your idea. You're absolutely right. Now, how can we impact our communities with our platform? And I think that was the next step for Malcolm Jenkins, is to say, okay, let's work with the NFL, because the NFL wants to work with us, obviously, because it's possible ratings. The president came in and said SOBs and kind of started this whole uproar and changed the narrative.
Right.
So I think what Malcolm was trying to say, all right, that's going to be what it is, but let's still keep moving forward with changing what's going on to us in the community. And it starts with us there. So for Ed Reed to do that, I think was irresponsible. And I find Eric Reed to still be a little bit more bitter about what happened to Colin Kaepernick, his past teammate. But at some point, you got to be able to move forward, like Malcolm Jenkins has been doing,
right,
to push your message. Right? Not saying you have to stop kneeling,
right?
But what else are you doing now? It's been 3 years.
And Malcolm Jenkins still, when he get a chance, he brings Kaepernick up, just like he did this week.
Right.
He's like, I looked at an opponent against me that we'll be facing this week, and looking at the tape, I can see that Kaepernick deserves a job in this league.
Right.
Pretty much saying Blake Bortles is shit.
You said,
and that's his guy, though. So we know that Cap is his guy. He's going to ride for us. We know that. But at the end of the day, you can't have these confrontations in front of everybody to make us look like, oh, look at those guys. See, this is what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
They can't even move. They can't even move.
That's what Jenkins said that too. Jenkins said, "I'm not going to come up here and I'm not going to talk bad about this black man.
Right. Absolutely.
You're not going to make me do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass, and then we're going to go about doing what we do."
And I hope he takes that from that conversation back from Malcolm Jenkins
too.
Right. I hope he listens to what he said, and maybe they can have a conversation outside to square whatever their differences. It's different ways to get to where we're trying to get to.
Because it looks very personal. You can tell that was something personal. You come out during a coin toss to confront this guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Not during warm-ups, right. Nothing. Like, you had the opportunity to do it. Then you come out during, like with Cam and Kelvin Benjamin.
Right.
That was
pre-game.
during pre-games.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
you had the opportunity to do that. Why do it now that you have a big audience?
Right.
Everyone's sitting in their seats during the coin toss. You have everybody there. During warm-ups, it's not too many people in a stadium. Right. You might have a few people there that's early. Now you got, you able to square away. You're not putting on a show. It just looks like you're putting on a show now that you do it during this time where everybody is going to see it.
But to also, like you said, to call somebody a sellout, that's deep.
Yeah. It's deep.
Right? For somebody that's doing the same almost.
That's not the first time he said it. He said it last year.
Yeah. So crazy.
Because he tried to pinpoint and say that Malcolm Jenkins got the money for his foundation. So a lot of the money was put in towards the Malcolm Jenkins Foundation to push out towards the community. He said something along that lines as well.
It's a clown.
Yeah. That's like the crab in a barrel mentality.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, true. So, speaking of the homie Malcolm Jenkins and the Eagles over international territory, before we get into the game, we have so many rumors going around about who the Eagles going to pick up. From Bell, what's the latest? Was Devontae Parker.
Devontae Parker, yeah.
Everybody kind of hyped because he had a good game.
But I liked him before that, though. I think I told you that.
Yeah, he said
yeah. So, if y'all had a wish list, right, I'll go start with you this time, B.Diddy. Give me a wish list of who you would actually get. Because we already heard that Howie put up a 2 for Cooper. So, Howie's ready to deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Howie's going to make a deal.
Right.
But it's just,
So,
there's a couple people who's been rumored out there.
Obviously, my wish list would be Bell. But I don't think that's going to happen, right? So
no, I don't think so.
If we're not going to get him by after the bye weekend, we're not going to get him.
Yeah, the trade deadline's Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's out the window. That's my wish list, since that's what you're asking. But I like Parker. Although he has his issues in Miami.
Yeah,
I think there's more to that. I think we got to get him in a better organization to get him to want to continue to play. He had a hell of a game last night.
Quarterback. He had Tannehill.
Right. He has the potential, and you saw it last night of really kind of like where he still is. 6 catches, what was it 89 yards?
No, I think he broke 100. I think
over 100 yards.
Over 100.
He dropped a few.
Yeah, it was like a buck.
But he was playing hard. I think that'd be a nice complemental piece on the outside with Alshon Jeffries, which frees up more Aguilar in the slot, and give Ertz in the middle. And gives
a problem this year.
Right. Oh my God. I mean, if he's averaging 6 catches a game,
he's a problem this year.
He has over 54 catches, right? So far.
I think so. I think he leads tight ends in yards.
Right. Yeah. And probably catches, I'm sure. So I think that will help out with Carson Wentz.
Right.
But that'll be my wish list. Those 2 guys.
Steve-O?
Now, I got a wish list aside from Bell. That's just the top. I mean, I think that's everyone's wish list.
Yes.
So I just did one from them. But I definitely got Devontae Parker down there.
Okay.
I feel the same way as B.Diddy. I just think that – and he's young. He's a young receiver.
Right.
He can grow. He's only, in his 3rd season. Had Tannehill, who's not an elite quarterback.
Not all.
Everybody forgot that he was a wide receiver at Texas A&M.
Yeah, true.
So he comes out.
What's going on here? And then he get Brock Osweiler. Well, then you had
he was an upgrade.
Jay Cutler for a rental. He just robbed him for money.
Yeah. So
Osweiler.
I mean, I like Devontae Parker a lot.
Right.
But my other guys I have is either Emmanuel Sanders or Demaryius Thomas.
I don't like Thomas. I love Emmanuel though.
Yeah,
but I think the age is there too.
I like Thomas.
I don't like Thomas.
Do too.
I like Thomas.
I like both of them.
What has Thomas showed you to make you feel that way?
Yeah, I like.
But see, I think their quarterback play went down. You know what I mean? Like Case Keenum's not the answer. He doesn't fit what they do. So, I mean, Case Keenum is kind of keen on Sanders right now, so that's why Sanders is doing really well. But Thomas ain't lose nothing. Thomas is he can still he's a good receiver, bro. He runs great routes. He's got good hands. Yeah. He's actually a lot physical than when people give him credit for.
He kind of reminds me of a younger Dez Bryant.
Yeah,
but do we need another player like that? Like, do we need Alshon Jeffries and Demaryius Thomas?
Yes.
How does?
Who do you mean?
I can't see Demaryius Thomas going across the middle at all or any post. Like, I don't see that anymore from him. Right, that's Emmanuel Sanders' job.
They run a completely different.
They run the same routes. They run the same route tree.
Yeah, but
Alshon Jeffries, Demaryius Thomas run the same route trees.
Yeah, I don't know because Doug attacks, bro. He's in a. You can drive the ball with Thomas.
Yeah, that's just my opinion.
Thomas is
I feel like I put
is a legit number 1 receiver.
Yeah,
I put Cooper and Thomas. I put Cooper and Thomas in the same category.
Hell no.
They're the same style player.
We got to see what Cooper
that also has faded away.
Yeah,
we got to see.
I like
Dallas sucks, by the way.
My sleeper guy I had was Larry Fitzgerald.
For what we want that for? Just to get, I want Larry to win a chip. So I want Larry to go to the LA Rams.
That's my sleeper. I mean, Larry is highly productive.
I want Larry to go to a championship contending team.
But he's highly productive.
Yeah, but we're gonna put him over Aguilar in the slot because that's where he plays.
You could put him out. I mean,
he's too slow now.
We're gonna put him in a coaching stand.
He's probably gonna be on the move.
The best bet for.
But
I don't say moving him.
Now on defense, I got
Peterson.
Nah, he's not going. You seen what he came out and said. Yeah,
don't worry about the defense, fellas. Don't worry about the defense.
Nah,
I would love Peterson. Oh my God,
I would love him too. But he said he's committed to Arizona. He had a talk with the.
Oh yeah. I did see that. Yeah.
Good. But I like either Carl Joseph from the Raiders, the safety from West Virginia.
Okay.
Or
I haven't really seen him play.
Harris from the Broncos, the corner.
Yeah.
He has health issues though.
Him or Roby?
Yeah, whichever one. Because they said they pretty much shop.
Yeah, but does he make us a lot better? I don't know
if Roby's a really really good slot. Really, really. You see what we did with a good slot last year.
Yeah, that's true.
When we had
Robinson.
Yeah. We was really good. We didn't have to worry. We didn't have that issue.
Right.
We didn't have that issue at all. And with Sidney Jones looking like he's going to be out for a while, you definitely need.
Well, they got the bye week coming up, so that'll be good. Speaking of that, let me plug this in for the bye week. We won't be doing the live shows. I'll just get the fellas picks, and I'll do a quick video vlog on Twitter. I'll put it on Instagram, Facebook. Follow us at MoneyPot Podcast across the forum. I actually like Peterson. I said Patrick Peterson, but obviously, that's high end, similar to Le'Veon. But you know who I really like, as for a running back? I like Smallwood and Clement. I kind of do. I actually favor Smallwood a little bit more.
I hate both of them right now.
I don't like, but if you're gonna run one of them, I think you got to go with Smallwood. Clement just doesn't look like he can take 10, 15 carries.
He's been having that injury too. He's been dealing with an injury this
So
year.
so I actually like either Jordan Howard from Chicago.
I love Jordan Howard.
Or Derrick Henry from Tennessee.
I like both of them.
One thing about Jordan Howard
the other day,
I think
I like Derrick Henry.
They would be they would be really cheap, but they would have it would make this team different. It would make this team so much more balanced in terms of the run. Yeah. If you have a downhill. Now, a lot of people talk about how we miss Blunt, and we do miss Blunt, but what I think we miss is his style. We miss that downhill runner who can get you 5, 6 yards. When you need it. You know what I'm saying? And Jordan Howard is a moose. Like you can give him the ball 20 times a game.
Jordan Howard lost his spark. I think when I watch him, because I watch
he
Chicago,
doesn't fit that offense anymore.
Yeah, I feel like he lost that spark.
He doesn't fit it.
And I think that's become a big issue. So I think that'd be a good fit here.
Yeah, I think it would be. I like that. I really do, because I like Smallwood and Clement, but they're good as rotational guys. They're not good as every down backs. There's just too much usage.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think Howie has to pull a trigger. I mean, you could probably get one of these guys for a 5th round pick. Which ain't
not Howard. I don't think you're gonna give up a 4 for Howard. Either a 4, maybe a 3.
You think so?
He wasn't he the Russian leader one year?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
He had two consecutive.
Speaking of,
over 1,000
what happened to
years.
Jeremy Langford?
Who?
Langford, the first
from Michigan State.
That was the lead back for Chicago before Howard got there. People forgot about Langford.
Michigan State, right?
And Langford was balling that year. Remember, he got hurt.
I don't know.
Probably
and Howard came in was scoring in the red zone.
Prior his injury.
It's so crazy just thinking about how Howard ended up popping out of nowhere. But he
popped that shit out of
because Howard popped out of nowhere. Remember that one year Howard popped out of nowhere?
Yeah, I know.
And Langford was leading the charge in Chicago.
Yeah.
And was playing well.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
And then them injuries at running back,
he's not even in the league anywhere.
Exactly, that's so crazy. Kill your career.
Crazy,
crazy. Kill your career.
Like just before we can move forward, Will Fuller again, man.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah. I did see that. That's
this
tough.
dude can't stay upright.
Yo, and it's crazy too because I was playing FanDuel. Real quick sidebar. I was playing FanDuel and I pulled him on FanDuel. Yo, when I forget the dude's name, it's their slot receiver, like Corte or something. And when he's hurt, Fuller goes off, yo.
The dude he can play.
Yeah, he can play.
He can play, and he just can't stay healthy no matter what, whether it's in practice, preseason, in the game. Now he just tore his ACL. It's like, bro.
Bad luck, man. Speaking of injuries, Derek Barnett is on the shelf for the year.
Yeah.
Do you think he hurts our rotation? Because I like Michael Bennett, man. Michael Bennett's been coming on.
I don't think he hurts the rotation.
Actually, I'll tell you the truth, I like Michael Bennett, and he's back to what he was doing for his whole career.
Yeah.
But
so I don't think it's going to be
guys you gotta let him
get him going. Yeah. He needs to be up in there. Yeah,
he needs to play.
He needs to play, and with the rotation kind of stalls.
And the thing about it, he can play DNR D tackle.
That's real. I've noticed that the more he plays, the better he is.
The switching out was a good fit for him.
Yeah,
but we had those pieces to do it. So I think, although I love Barnett,
but see what's good with him. Sorry to cut you
off.
No,
you good.
What's good with him though? He's still, even though he was getting more playing time, he's not playing as much as he's been playing in Seattle.
Right.
Every single down. So now, even with the rotation is a little thinner with Barnett out, he's still fresher than he would be in this week in Seattle.
Right.
He's not as worn down because he's in and out. He may take
a
series off, but
true. We what 8 games in?
Yeah, this will be week 8.
This week 8. And he started 2 games ago? Really starting. He's fresh.
So you got, and a rotation is still going to be pretty deep because
True.
You got Graham, Long, Barnett. They're gonna work in the kid Josh Sweat too.
Yeah, right. I want to see. I want to see what he is.
Yeah, I think he'll be because he
from
was,
Florida State, right?
Yeah, he got some playing time when Barnett was out the 1 week.
Right.
Yeah, I think
he didn't record any stats up until now. He don't have any stats.
Yeah.
I don't think Bennett is a rotational defensive player. I think he was going with the flow, and he's going what the plan is. But I think he's a better player on the field.
Definitely.
And when he gets tired, jump out. Somebody come in for him. He get right back out there. Because like you say, he's a field guy.
He's a moose.
Yeah. So he feels where the game is flowing, and he push forward.
So halfway, like we just said, Steve, halfway through the year, like I said, once again, we won't be on live next week. Check me out on the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
1,000 views. That's cool, man.
Huh?
Yeah, 1,000 views. That's
yeah.
Just thinking about that.
Yeah. So halfway mark. What do y'all give a grade? I got a C-, man.
I'm right with you.
I got a C-. They're 3-4. I mean, the record is 3-4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're
I think that's fair. C-.
It is what it is. Funny prop bet I saw for future Super Bowl picks, because I still think there's still a Super Bowl roster. Plus 2,800 for the Eagles to win the Super Bowl right now. Look at your face.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I mean, if
what
you
y'all
want,
smoking?
Come on, man.
If you want to put like a small $10 on it,
unless we mess around and be like the Giants in that 2012-11 season.
Put a small dub on it or something. Don't break the bank on that.
No, not at all. That's a waste of money.
You don't know no moves they're going to make. They're not getting nowhere far in the playoffs with these running backs. No way. And what hurts me the most is I don't understand. The dude Josh Adams was getting 4 yards a pop. You needed 2 yards. Give him the ball.
Well, yeah, he's not. Yeah, I mean, he is that kind of more of a downhill runner.
He is by far a whole lot.
But it's just I don't know. I don't know why. I don't think Doug likes him that much. I mean, he likes him.
It's not even that Doug don't like him. Deuce Staley do the rotation.
That's true. Well, Deuce must not like his ass.
But he even earlier in the game, against the Panthers, he had a good run. He carried somebody powerful like 3 more yards.
He was solid.
He was getting some good carries. Now, hopefully they work him in more this week because you're going to have to run against the Jags as well.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll work him in more. But I just felt like, all right, the play calling last week was a little bad.
A little bad.
It was terrible in the fourth quarter. Not a little bad.
Did you hear my man?
It was terrible.
The fourth quarter was the worst I've ever seen in my life.
That 3rd and 2 wasn't a bad call.
Where?
On a final
when
drive.
We were losing?
On that final drive, yeah.
The 3rd and 2 wasn't a bad call.
It wasn't because Smallwood was wide open in the
I know. Well, what did we thought we was going to do? Run the ball? We couldn't run the ball. We had no timeouts.
Yeah, we could have.
We didn't have any timeouts.
It was over a minute.
No, we had one timeout.
We had one timeout left.
Yeah, we had one timeout left.
I didn't think we had any timeouts.
Yeah, I think we did. Even if you didn't, you pick up the 2 yards and clock it.
They were saying Smallwood might have scored.
So listen, let me tell you. I almost had a conniption at Carson Wentz on that play.
Yeah.
Literally, my lady can tell you I was yelling.
I screamed
he looked at him.
Flat.
Bro, I screenshotted the picture of Carson Wentz looking at Smallwood in the flat.
Yeah, I don't get that.
The first down. He forced it again in double coverage. Carson Wentz has to play better. He's not playing well. He's not. He's missing people.
But he's still hitting 71% of his passes.
But he's missing key situations because we think, and I'm getting on my little Eagle board, right? I love Carson Wentz.
Here we go.
But he has to. We think he's an elite player, right? We think he's an elite quarterback.
I agree.
He has to make elite plays when we need him to make elite plays.
I agree. Yeah.
He has not. We needed this moment last week because we've never been in this moment. He's never been in this moment. Okay. I don't remember him coming back and winning a game yet in his career. Has he?
I don't know.
A fourth quarter drive?
I'm not sure. I don't nothing.
Those plays at the end of that game were key where he got rattled.
Yeah.
And he made bad decisions. When he looked at Smallwood, and said, no, I'm going to go in double coverage and try to score a touchdown here.
And almost threw an interception.
And threw another interception.
No, he should have threw an interception.
Yeah, dude dropped it.
Adams dropped the ball.
It's just bad
chest.
between that and the coaches. The coaches did not put us in a play. The Doug Peterson is the blame for that. 14 passes of 16 plays in the fourth.
That's why I said they could have ran it because they ran it the play before and got.
Steve, it ain't. They could have.
They should have.
They should have.
Right, but you said
14 passes in 16 plays up 17-0.
We talking about last week though. We lost.
We
lost. No, let it go. Let it go.
Sting. It ain't a loss yet. Until,
almost had a conniption.
Until Sunday at 9:30. Yeah,
I feel you.
But they just got to.
But to the books and to Vegas, that game right there saved them.
Oh yeah,
because everything else in that week in the NFL, without that Eagles game losing, people would have made a lot more money. A lot of people had the Eagles with a lot of different parlays and teasers. They had them mixed up together.
So, speaking of that, what do y'all think about the Eagles this week? I like the Birds.
I like the Birds this week too.
I like the Birds straight up. You know what I mean? I'm looking at this game, man, and I'm just like, the Jags are broken right now. There's something wrong with the Jags right now.
Yeah, Blake.
I mean, yeah, but
that's just broke.
But I'm just saying, like, they're imploding. Like, I don't know if y'all heard.
I think a lot of teams just figured out ways to beat them. Like you know that Ramsey is going to pretty much stick your best receiver.
Right.
Now, A.J. Boye is good as well.
But he's out, which is key.
Out. He's out this week. Now, they're starting 3 undrafted free agents in the secondary this week.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is even throughout the season, people just found ways to attack them differently. Like
they ran on them.
Yeah, and you attack their weakness, which was against the run game this year so far. They don't have a good the middle.
We don't have one.
The middle
is getting gashed.
Is getting,
and they're also not creating turnovers. I think the
and
Jaguars we know is that we're not creating any
turnovers.
Right?
Either.
So the teams that are creating turnovers, defensive wise, you're seeing them play tight games and are possibly winning games. The Browns playing tight games in every single game they play. Right? They're creating turnovers. Although they're garbage, they're creating turnovers and they're staying in games.
And that's the key thing you said there. They are garbage. They're still the Browns.
But they're staying in games. Every week they're staying in games. What, 3 overtime games they've gotten right now? So 2 ties or 1 tie, whatever. Almost a tie last week. Look at Houston right now on a 4-game win streak. Right. Their defense is creating turnovers. Yeah. Jaguars aren't creating turnovers. The Eagles aren't creating any turnovers. And in the league that we are now, where it's offensive heavy and everybody wants to put up and throw the ball, look at the average of quarterback yards are going. Everybody can throw over 300 yards now.
Yeah.
Easy.
So you can't touch a receiver. You can't tackle a receiver. You can't pop them in the head with the finger. Everything is based off offensively. So you got to be able to create turnovers and force the quarterback to make a mistake. And these defenses aren't doing it, so they're just continuing to score. Jaguars can't keep up because of broken Blake. So even if the defense gives up 14,
back to broken Blake.
Right? Even if 14 points, Blake can't give you 14.
But see, then you got the defense. I think they gave up 30 the last 3 games.
Yeah, man.
Because they're tired.
No,
look at it.
Tired.
They getting gashed.
They're getting gashed, but it comes to it starts.
Here's the thing, but you got to think about it. It's a lot of defenses that carry teams. That offense wasn't that good, but they carried them because they just went out there and did what they got to do.
Tell me who's doing that now.
Yeah, I was trying to think about.
You got to talk about who's doing it now. This is not 2 years ago. This is not 5 years ago. It's a total different NFL.
Maybe Baltimore.
Yeah, but Baltimore can put up points. Joe Flacco can put up points. Yeah, think about the games. I can go through the rundown. He's put up over 20 points.
But I'm giving them more.
But I'm saying,
shutting everybody else out.
Right, but I'm going in what you're saying in terms you have to score. If they get in a shootout with like Pittsburgh, they're not going to win that shootout. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
They don't have offense.
They don't have it, and the defense knows it. So the defense is at the point where they're like, bro, it's already hard enough to play defense in the league.
Right.
With you helping us at all and not even keeping us in the game at all, what are we doing? Right? Yeah. So if I have no offense, in the league that's telling me that all they want is offense. And I'm just out there running 70 plays a game because you're going 3 and out, punt, turnover. It's past the bend but don't break. The thing about like Cleveland that's garbage, they can move the ball and they can also score.
Right.
43-42, one game, 21-18. They're in games. Jaguars aren't in games.
That was a big jump, bro.
Move.
You said 42 and then 21.
That's look at the Cleveland.
Right.
They had one game they were up 40 something to 42 or like that, and then they end up going back down to like 21-19. But their defense is keeping the game, but their offense is also putting up points to where it's going to the last drive or possibly overtime. It's just very tough to play defense now.
Yeah. So give me a score of the game, Jags and Birds.
Early game, 9:30. Jags are undefeated.
With pancakes.
Undefeated in Europe. I think it's going to be a little closer, but I think it's going to get away from the Jaguars late in the game. I think we close out this game. I think we're going to put up points. So I see it being 28-14.
Ooh.
Maybe 10.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah.
28-13. I got 28-13. Birds. What you got?
24-10.
24-10.
I like that score too.
Yeah.
24-10.
Yeah, I like the Birds too. They one of my locks.
Yep, I like the Birds.
We'll get into that. So we'll get right into you, B.Diddy. Last week you went 2-1. Came back. You was cooled off. You started off hot.
I did cool off.
You cooled off for a little bit, and then you hit. Then you came back strong, 2-1. You are 15-13-3 in all your locks. What we got in college football this week, bro?
Yeah, man. I loved the game last week. I think for me, it was like one of the plays of the year for me because I was really excited about it, and I knew it was going to win. It was the under LSU Mississippi State game. I loved that game, and we came through. I don't know. I was just really excited about that because sometimes you pick totals and you pick unders, and you're sweating the whole time. I knew was going to go down. So I'm happy about that. All right, so let's look at this week. This week is one of the weeks where the big teams, I think only 2 top 5 teams are even playing this week.
Right.
So it's going to be a little bit slow. But these are my plays. Penn State's playing Iowa. A big game for the Big Ten. Penn State has to win. They already have 2 losses in the Big Ten. It's a must-win for Penn State. For them to win, they're going to have to score.
So why does everybody like everything I've read, seen, heard Iowa's to play?
Because Iowa's hard to play.
Right.
And they're at Iowa. They're home. But this game is always a tight game for them.
Right. And
right?
Penn State is what, -6.5.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So for me, it's not a game I'm going to touch on the any size.
Right.
I'm looking here for a lock is going to be the over 52. The total is 52 in that game. I think for Penn State, which is a must-win, they have to put up points.
Yeah.
I think Iowa can also put up points against that defense. So I can see this game being easily 31-28-ish.
Right.
Which will blow over that 52.
Yeah.
So that's one of my locks right there. I'm going to go right back and double down on a under that I love. Florida. I think defensively they'll come back and play strong in a rivalry game. Once again, playing Georgia and Jacksonville. This is a game that I think both schools and alumni come out to. From what I've heard, the atmosphere is amazing. The stadium split half and half, and got your Gator fans yelling their Gator chants, and you got your Georgia fans, doing what they do. I think this is going to be a battle between the trenches. I think Florida can also score, but I think Georgia steps up and plays strong defense. I think that what happened to them in LSU, which is a tough place to play in LSU.
Yeah.
I think they buckle down this week, and I think defensively it's going to be a 20-17 type of game. Florida possibly can slow down Georgia a little bit here and allow 20-17 win by Georgia. So that's two totals as my locks.
Yeah.
The next lock here is I think is a lot of people are on the other team here. So for me, it's a gamble, but it's a lock for me. All right, it's a lock for me. I'm letting you know.
We ain't never scared. Go ahead.
Washington State is going to follow up what they did last week against Oregon. One of the first times I think game day was there in Washington State, so everybody was hyped for the whole week. Okay. But they're going to follow up going to Stanford. Stanford is not the team that we think they are. They're giving up points. They're getting gashed.
What's that line?
That line is 2. It was -2.5 on Stanford's side.
Yeah, I see it at -3 now
So it's moving up. So the line is, so I said the line is saying Stanford to win. I'm telling you, go Washington State. Washington State got. You know how you start smelling something like, yo, they're 6-1, right? I want to say Washington 6-1. They're smelling like, yo, we can actually take this Pac-12. We got to continue to play. We can't just be happy about Oregon. They're going to go to Stanford. They're going to beat Stanford outright. Take the money line. If you want to take the points to be safe, it's up 3 now. So now you got 3. They're going to beat Stanford.
I think I'll look at it once it gets 3.5. I like that
3.5. Then take it 3.5.
Yeah,
I'm going to take the money line. They're aggressive offensively. They spread them out. Stanford's going to have a hard time to keep up with Washington State. People are not understanding that Washington State has good defense too.
Right.
So that's the issue.
Right.
So can Stanford put up enough points? So that's my third lock. So go Washington State +2. I'm going to give you one more as far as a lock.
Going 4.
One more.
Okay.
Because Tennessee's fucking garbage. All right.
Who they
South
play?
Carolina's off a bye.
Oh, okay.
Take South Carolina -8. If it gets down to 7.5, take it. If it goes up to 8.5, take it. Tennessee's garbage. I think he had one game they actually surprised people because he was able to score over to like 21 points.
Okay.
South Carolina's coming off a bye. Their defense is pretty strong, and South Carolina going to be able to put up points on Tennessee. Tennessee will be folding by third quarter. You'll see this game open up. I see South Carolina winning by at least 17, possibly 17 points here. I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then I got little bonuses, small bonuses, nothing major, but something you can put some small on.
I'll
keep it quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to let you know. I try to give you 5. FIU, Florida International University, -3 at which versus Western Kentucky is a good game to take on. Good price. FIU, I believe, is only have like 2 losses. I don't have my stuff in front of me.
Right.
Good team, solid all around, can move the ball. Western Kentucky's struggling. They don't know who they are. And then I like Purdue. This is a sneaky pick here. Purdue coming back-to-back wins after they beat Ohio State. It's always tough to follow that up.
Right.
I don't trust Michigan State at all.
Yeah.
So Michigan State also had a hard game last week.
Yeah, against Michigan.
Playing Michigan. They fought hard.
Yeah.
So this is another week where I think Purdue a letdown game more for Michigan State than for Purdue living off that hype.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's keep it going.
Right.
At +1.
Yeah, we just beat Ohio State. We can go in there.
Right. We can do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel you.
That's it.
I like that call. I definitely like that call. So I got your locks locked down.
What y'all looking at? Anything?
Oh yeah. So my first best bet is I actually like the over in that Jags and Eagles game. I think the Eagles actually are going to be on the other side of blowing them out.
So we jumping right in the NFL?
Oh, you talking about? I'm sorry. My bad.
I seen what he was saying.
Right.
He wanted to see if you liked anything.
For the college. Is it college that you wanted to talk about? That you want to discuss?
Okay.
All right. Cool. I was like, we just jump right in there.
Yeah, he's like, hold up. You just went? Okay.
Ain't no intros today.
Right. No
Usually
intros.
Like, well, we're going to get to it, the NFL.
He just jumped right into the pick.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you later. But no, I didn't.
None in college.
None in college. I was
Steve Obama not playing, so I guess you ain't got nothing going on.
Listen, you already know.
But yo, I thought about you though. The look ahead line for that LSU game is -14. What y'all think about that?
I love Bama there.
Right.
Off a bye week. LSU, it's going to be. Listen, that Bama LSU game is always tough. It's in Bama. It's Bama, right?
Is it in Bama or LSU?
I don't think it's in LSU. I'll double check.
If it's in Bama, oh yeah, 14.
I'll double check though.
They gonna motherfucking Mars.
Hey, listen. No matter what, no matter how good Alabama has been, they always struggle with LSU, and this is probably one of LSU's best and strongest teams. Defensively, I think they're number 1 in the country. They have a number 1 cornerback / safety. They got the best linebacker in the country, number 40, who's also actually got suspended for the first half of the game.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Which is big. Which is big. So if anything, y'all gonna take Bama, take them early first half. I love the first quarter. I'm a first quarter guy because I think you're gonna be able to take advantage of that whole soul of LSU is gonna be out for that first half. But it should be interesting.
Roll Tide.
Let me
I
see.
can dig it.
Yeah, they off this week. You know me. That would have been my play. That's my play every week.
No,
they only let me down once.
No, I read about Purdue. I read about Iowa. I also read that Texas was a good play.
Yeah, that's a funky game, man. Texas is coming to a game where they're on a bye too. They barely beat Baylor.
Yeah. But
Ellinger got hurt. So
but he's coming back.
But it's still an injury, right? Your quarterback hurt his shoulder, so it's one of them shaky games. Oklahoma State is coming off a bye, and they're gonna be looking to play. So I don't know. I couldn't get no read on that one.
Yeah, I heard Texas was a good play because I heard Texas is really underrated. Like they cover.
But are they? Oh, okay. So we're talking about covering the spread.
Yeah, they cover.
Are they underrated? I mean, they're ranked 9, something like that. So I don't know if they're underrated.
That's right.
Oh no, they're actually in LSU. Alabama's in LSU. That's a tough place to play, brother. Ask Georgia.
Yeah, but that ain't Bama.
They ain't Bama. They ain't
Bama though. You know Tua.
That ain't Bama.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they all sound like solid picks, man. So
right. Let's go. Let's get this bread.
Definitely. I think you in for a good week. I like your first two.
Bet.
You know what I mean? South Carolina, I'm gonna have to look more into that, but that shit. You sound like that was.
I'm following Tennessee everywhere they go. You hear me? Everywhere they go.
Yeah. That
quarterback is horrible. So I'm following them. So
I feel
if you can get them down to a pick, you know what I mean, tease them down.
A little small tease.
I just don't think they can win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those plays, man. Especially that Georgia call was a good call too.
Yeah.
I heard about that too.
How the under?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Steve-O, like I said earlier in the show, 4-1 last week, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then that one
above water.
That one was with the Birds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which was
let you down.
You know what I mean?
Big time.
That
should have been
that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
We won't see that for a couple of years. Yeah. We won't see that for a while. And myself, I only went 1-2. The Birds actually hurt me in one of my teasers. So right now, Steve, you look like you're close to almost 500, 14-16, coming back strong.
Get there.
I think the last 2-3 weeks you've been quiet. You only took maybe 2 losses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 2 or 3 losses. So keep it firing. And then myself, I'm 16-11 right now.
Nice.
Going into week 8. Steve, I'm gonna start with you, homie. Give me a lock. What you got, Steve-O?
Okay.
I'm not gonna fire off. I'm gonna switch it
up.
You
gonna fire off this time?
Nah.
All right.
You the one that's hot, so you tell me, brother.
I'm definitely gonna ride the Rams. Pause. I'm gonna go with the Rams on that one.
Okay.
That was recorded. I'm gonna give that one a sound effect.
A quick pause though. A quick pause. But they playing Green Bay in LA, -9.
You like? Oh, that's right. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I Green Bay.
Nobody's backing that. That's the funny thing.
Green Bay is struggling against the run. They can't stop.
So okay, let me ask you about this game. Let me, because I don't actually like Green Bay.
Okay.
In the game?
Yeah, I don't think there's a lock.
What's the line?
-9.5.
That's a lot of points. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking you have Rodgers on the other side, man. Like he doesn't lose by more than a touchdown ever. I don't think I've ever seen him lose by more than a touchdown.
Not as high for Aaron. That is kind of a little steep.
But here's my thing. I would say buy it down if you could buy a couple points.
So tease it.
Yeah, tease it down.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah. But I think I'm going to take it straight to 9.5.
Are the Rams going to lose this year?
Yeah, they're going to lose. We're going to beat them.
So this might be a good value to put some small on the money line for Green Bay.
No.
At -9.5?
No, that's too far.
Their defense not good.
They're not going to beat the Rams.
Hey,
They're
listen. Hey,
They're
somebody got to win.
They're not going to
listen, I might if I'm up a little early, I might throw a little $25 on the money line. What's the money line? Probably like +9.
I didn't even look at the reason I didn't even look at it because it didn't make no sense.
Right.
All right.
There's no way.
So A-Rod be on Sports Center all week talking about how you beat the Rams.
The Rams are a juggernaut, bro. They're not going to win that.
They
game.
ain't Bama.
They ain't Bama. They definitely ain't Bama.
Yeah, but they're a problem.
But if you look at it, Green Bay is putting up. They're 4th in yards per game, total yards per game.
Okay.
LA is 2nd in total yards per game. Passing yards per game. Green Bay is 4th. LA is 7th. But that defense over in Green Bay don't have a running game.
Yeah,
and that's
But do they need? See, I guess my biggest question for you, Steve, in this breakdown in this game is: are you not valuing how good Aaron Rodgers is? He doesn't need a running game. He doesn't need anybody. He just needs him.
right. But that's the weakness of the Rams defense is the run game.
Okay.
Their strength, they play good. They got two really good corners. One is top tier. One is just falling out of the top tier. So I'm thinking Talib is on a decline a little bit,
Right.
but he's still
Is he even playing? He's not playing this game. It's just Peters is back.
Yeah, Peters is back.
Yeah, Talib's still out.
Talib is out. Yeah, his ankle.
Right. Yeah.
I think it all comes down to what the O-line's going to be to hold up for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The O-line hold up for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers going to be
But
to
he's
keep
mobile
it a game. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, it's not like the Rams don't have good D-backs. So mobile or not mobile.
Yo, it's Rodgers, bro.
Yeah, but
it is. It's definitely
It's Rodgers.
But if the O line holds up, he's gonna get more time to see the field downfield.
Right.
I think he can keep it close.
But my call is I'll take it at like -6.
6. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you pretty much got a touchdown.
Touchdown.
So you
Okay.
book it in as -6.
Right.
Let me write that down there.
I like New England. They playing Buffalo.
On Monday night, right?
Yeah, Monday night.
-13.5 is a lot, but against Buffalo, I think they'll beat them by about 25.
Who's playing quarterback?
Who
For
fucking
who?
cares?
Derek Anderson again? Is he get second week?
Probably.
Or they going back to Peters?
No, it's Derek Anderson.
Can they call Colin Kaepernick up there for
they
me?
No,
should.
I wouldn't. Why?
They probably
You don't wanna do that?
getting ready
I
to
would-
tie
he
Ryan
would
Kelly.
regret-
Would Cap deny that?
Yes.
He'd be like, "Nah, I'm
Oh
good.
my God,
I'm chill."
that team is
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm good.
That's a
And
lot.
Shady's out, right?
Yeah.
Is Shady out too?
He's still in
Concussion protocol. I think he plays, but it doesn't. He's washed. He's washed right now, especially in that offense.
Yeah. I agree.
That shit
I
is
agree.
terrible.
So -13.5.
That's a lot.
I'll take it.
Where's it at? New England?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
No, I think it's in Buffalo.
Is it in Buffalo?
Is it in Buffalo? I forget.
That's the Monday night game.
Monday night, yeah.
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
They
Back-to-back
beat-
road games.
They beat him by 21 in fucking New England, man.
Yeah,
You kidding me?
I'm taking. And Gronk was practicing, so he's back.
Okay.
Without Gronk, it don't even.
Sonny Michelle's
What was
out.
that? What was that first bet you had, Steve?
The Rams -6.
Okay, go ahead.
New England, I take them at -13.5. I don't care. I like Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I like Pittsburgh this week too.
yeah, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Coming off a bye.
and they're -8.
8, yeah.
Cleveland,
They're not good.
They're not good.
They're like 2 years out.
I actually love Pittsburgh this week. Coming off a bye.
I'm taking them with the
Yeah, a lot
points
of-
at
yeah.
-8.
What's the weather going to be like? Is it going to rain
know.
again?
I don't think so. But see, these games have always been tough. They've been historically tough.
Yeah.
But I think Pittsburgh should blow them out. I think Pittsburgh's elite. And Cleveland is still not there yet.
Yeah, Cleveland's still out there.
Yeah.
Sunday looks like it's gonna be clear.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm all over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I like that call too.
So I got the Pittsburgh -8, Rams -6, New England -13.5.
So hold on. I thought the Rams were -9.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take them at -6. I'm buying 3 points.
Oh, you're gonna buy the 3?
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
lot of points.
so
That's a
it-
lot of
yeah,
money.
Yeah.
So it gets you at a, I'll do it like on like a 2
I know it's a good
or
call.
2 or 3 team parlay, but it gets
Okay.
them at a touchdown. So you
Yeah, no, it's
got
a good
touchdown.
call.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Shit, at 9, you can get them at a 3-team parlay and get them at a plus.
True. Kansas City.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's one of mine.
Yeah, and I like them with the points.
Yeah, no, I like them with the points too. I
-9.5. I think they
bomb them.
Yeah.
It's a bomb?
Yeah, I think they bomb. So,
So,
yeah,
was it the Ravens?
No, it's Denver.
Denver. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
so
have an offense.
yeah, right. So that's a great call, Steven. And I'll jump in. Is that was your last one? I'm sorry.
I had another one
ahead,
that
go
I wouldn't consider it a lot, but I like it as a strong play. Cincinnati money line against Tampa.
Okay. Oh, that's a good call. Tampa stinks.
Yeah, Tampa's not that good, but
Yeah.
I mean that's not a lot, but I
No,
it's
I
a
like that
strong
call.
play.
Yeah, no, I like that call, and I think it's in Cincy, and Dalton plays well at home. Going back to that KC pick, I like that KC pick. I think that when you get teams that have already played each other, typically the opposite happens
Right.
than what the first time. And the first game, Denver played KC tough.
They did.
Denver.
At Denver.
I think in Arrowhead, arguably one of the hardest places to play in the league.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for them to keep up with this offense. 9.5 KC locked me in as well. I definitely agree with the homie Steve. I think that's probably
What's the total in
lock.
that game?
I didn't look up the total.
Okay.
But
53.5.
yeah, I mean, KC's going to put up 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to put up their offense at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just going to be on. They're just going to be on fire.
Yeah. Denver showed up last week.
Yeah, I don't think they do it here.
That's not it.
Yeah, but
I
they
don't
played.
Arizona?
That was early in the year,
Yeah.
and that was their season. That was their. You know what I mean? They win that game. They're looking different as a team.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean? As morale.
Yeah.
Because right now everybody's noticing that Case Keenum ain't the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just not.
He almost would have was getting benched for the kid that got released.
Oh yeah, Chad Kelly. Speaking of,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Crazy. So I like that play there, Steve-O. I got another lock. My Birds. We talked about that earlier. I think that's I think the Birds need to win this game. This is a must-win game for the Birds. We're 3-4 right now. We're even keeping this conversation about the Super Bowl. We need to win this game.
Right.
I think the Jaguars are hurt right now. I think there's a lot of truth to what we're hearing as the reports as, the defense after that game last week, the defense came in and had a conversation with the offense.
Fight broke out.
And a fight broke out because of that conversation. I think there's real turmoil. They're imploding right now. You said it earlier. What's the other corner's name? After
AJ Boye.
Boye, yeah. Boye's out. They're going with 3 unproven corners. I think
Undrafted. F all of that. 3 undrafted.
we're
Free agents in a secondary.
right, and we've already seen their defense get gassed. We don't have the greatest running game, but we have we can run the ball a little bit and move it.
Right.
Not the way we want them to move it, but they can move the ball a little bit running with Clement and Smallwood. I think the Eagles dogged them. This is a statement game. This is all business. They know they missed one last week with Carolina. They getting kind of slapped in the face a little bit with the gloating and all that other bullshit. This is still a good team. This is still, I believe, a Super Bowl roster team. They're in a funk right now, wherever it is. Their defense is not playing well. We're testing the depth of the team with injuries that are popping up, and Wentz is not making the right calls he did in that run.
Facts.
But the Jacksonville Jaguars are a bad team. They are. They're a bad team.
I had them in the future too to make the playoffs. Ain't that crazy?
They're a bad team right now. And Blake's out there talking this. Oh, maybe you love me if I'm good. And dog, just shut your mouth. Stop. Just stop with the conversations. Your play is what is showing up on film.
Sometimes,
It is what it is. They're not in a good spot. So I love the Birds right there, man. I think that's a good spot for the Eagles right now. They're all business right now. They want to make this a statement game. Another game I really like is I like the way Seattle's playing right now. Seattle is a dog in Detroit. Wilson off a win is 12-6. I like the way this defense is playing since week 3. They've been the highest scoring defense in the league.
Look at that.
They -3.
And
right?
no, they're +3. They're a dog.
Yeah,
they're
-3.
they're a dog.
Right.
We always know that Seattle comes on late. I think this is a good spot. They're coming off a bye. They've gotten a little bit healthy.
You just don't believe in Detroit yet.
Nah, I don't. I don't. Pete Carroll's a defense. People forget Pete Carroll's a defensive guy, so he might take some time. But they got some okay. Their defense is playing well right now, and Detroit's a bad team. Detroit's not a good team. They have Stafford, yes, but they're not a good team.
We can't get no credit to Detroit. How they've bounced back.
I
think they've bounced back from what we thought they were going to be.
I kind of disagree with you.
Yeah,
I don't think they're such a bad team.
No, you got to look at what they've been doing.
They found a run game.
They're very similar to the Texans.
Yeah, they found a run game. Kerryon Johnson's been over 100
Yep.
yards. What two games
Yep.
this year?
Yep.
They still got two really good receivers, I would actually Golden Tate Hare in a heartbeat.
That's why I looked at Nate and said, I don't,
And Marvin Jones has been playing good. I don't think they're as bad as you're saying.
Yeah, as you're saying.
I don't think they're a bad team. Now,
Yo, they had
Seattle's
bro.
not that good.
Bro, they had some bad losses. They lost to the Jets.
We know that though. We
they
saw
lost
that.
to the Niners. They lost to the Cowboys.
We had bad losses as well.
Yeah, but they're not.
No, we had bad losses. We lost to Tennessee.
They're on a 2-game win streak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're seeing the change, right?
You know
I'm
what?
just saying that's where we're seeing
No. You know
now,
what?
Now your play is cool.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah.
changing your play.
No,
but I'm saying
no,
I don't
no,
think they're
no,
a bad team and how you make it.
Yeah, you said they were a bad
I
team.
don't want to lose any money. So I'm hearing it, and it makes sense to lay off the game. That's all. No, I just take it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No, man.
Like I just think they're coming around. Like the team's coming
I
around.
honestly think Detroit is
Seattle's
actually
coming off a bye, so that's a big thing for Seattle. So that's why I said I think the play is not bad.
Yeah, that's what.
But
yeah,
I just think Detroit is not the Detroit we saw against the Jets. They're just where they just gave up.
Motherfuckers saying the play is bad. That's what I hear.
But I just don't like you're saying. Yeah, they're just a bad team. They're not really a bad team. They're actually okay.
Yeah, I mean, Seattle's rolling. They won 3 out of their last 4.
Right.
And they lost to the Rams. You know, they played the Rams tough in Seattle.
But they're going home.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going away to Detroit.
Yeah. All right, I'll lay off it. So I got the Birds. I got
Like
KC.
Birds, yeah. KC, nice.
And then for my biggest play of the week, I'm going to do a 3-team super teaser play.
3-team super.
I'm going to do New England.
Now, won't you explain to some people what a super teaser is?
Super teaser is, it's count where you go. Where I go, I get plus 13. But some is typically plus 10. When you do it on the cards, I'm pretty sure super teaser is plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be paying for the juice, though, on that. So, like, a big bet would be
like
3. Nah, it's more. It's like... It's like 360 to win. No, 260 to win 200.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
260 to win 200.
Yeah, 260 to win 200.
Yeah, but that's not bad. That's minus 130.
Yeah, true.
That's
yeah.
less light.
Yeah. So I got New England just to win the game, minus a half. I got the Vikings plus 14. A lot of people
playing the Saints, right?
They're playing the Saints.
Okay.
It's in Minnesota though.
Yeah.
It's in Minnesota. So here
That's another team that's coming around.
Yeah.
Back to form.
Who?
Minnesota. Like
Yeah.
back to the team that we thought they were preseason.
Back this week. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Minnesota is back to that.
And New Orleans had it, and think about it, New Orleans. There's a lot of people like the Vikings in this spot because New Orleans is coming off a tough game in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Now they got to go back on the road and play another really good
Tough
team.
game. Yep.
Yeah, a tough game. There's some revenge factor there. I think it's a toss-up game because I could see New Orleans winning the game, to be honest.
Right.
You know, Drew Brees is playing like an MVP right now.
Yeah.
Damn, I missed that too. I missed our I'll do it at the end. I missed our bold predictions for the Birds. But so I could see Drew, I could see them showing up. You know what I mean? I can really see them showing up and say, yo, that shit was a fluke last year.
Right.
You know what I mean? That shit was really a fluke. We can come in here and win easily. So I can see them showing up for the game. But it's hard to beat Minnesota in Minnesota. You know what I mean? And that's just straight up. So I think it's too wishy-washy. It could be it's a really, to me, a 50-50 game.
You like the plus 14.
But I love the plus 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At home.
Good spot.
And then I got plus 22 with Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my big super teaser of the week where I think hopefully the plays that go this week go well. I'm going to throw some coins on that.
Yeah, because even if KC gets up early, we've seen him let up. And I think Aaron Rodgers is that guy that can actually.
You mean the Rams? The Rams.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, they play the Rams.
Yeah, they play the Rams.
It don't. It's the same thing.
Yeah. True.
That offense is retarded.
Yeah.
Because Gurley can go off and score 3 or 4
that
touchdowns.
He's going. Like, is he not like a fantasy juggernaut now this season?
Absolutely. I have him.
He's averaging 3 touchdowns like a game. Like every time I turn around, he in the end zone.
Yo, they were really talking like he's gunning for the touchdown record.
It looks like it.
Yeah, he wants the touchdown record. I forget who has it. I think it's LaDainian.
Well, I hope he gets it because I haven't.
I think.
My big league.
What did LaDainian have that year? He had like something like it was like 40 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It was something crazy because he ran for like 20.
Yeah, that was the year they were supposed to go to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, he ran for like over. Yeah, he won. I think he win the MVP. He had to win the MVP that year. That was retarded what he did. But So once again, plays of the week. I got the Birds, KC, and my 3-team super teaser. New England minus a half point. Vikings plus 14. Green Bay 22. I'm feeling really good about y'all locks. I like mine.
I love your super teaser.
Yeah, that super teaser is a go
good play.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a go for
You
sure.
know what I mean? So make sure y'all follow us on MoneyPotPodcast.com.
Hold on. The bold predictions. You said you're gonna get back to him.
Oh, I was.
Oh, all right.
No, you good.
He was. That's how he closes out the show.
Close it out, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
how he close out. I mean, I just. It's
Yo,
all right,
so
man.
hold on. No, you know what? Do you have
I got
yours?
your back, man.
My man.
We
So hold on.
for
Do
each
you
other.
remember yours? Because I only wrote mine down.
I remember I said Jay Ajayi was going to go over 1,000, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he's out.
He's out.
I remember you said Fletcher Cox for MVP, defensive player of the year. Sorry.
Yeah, he started off like he was
Yeah,
going to.
yeah.
He's cooled off,
Yeah.
but he started off on a fucking tear. I was like, yo, he's about to get that shit. But now he cooled off now.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Donald had like 3 or 4 sacks in one game.
Last game. 4.
He's a freak, man. Crazy.
I mean, Khalil Mack looked like he was running away with it.
True.
Yeah, we got that sprain though.
True.
That sprain is a killer. So I mean, he's actually playing with one leg at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's a big injury.
They said a lot of people like Chicago today.
I've seen a lot of people on Chicago.
Yeah, a lot of people
Yeah,
on
I like
Chicago.
Chicago.
Over the Jets.
Yeah, over the Jets. Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Good spot there.
my 5 Pro Bowl predictions was Clement leads the team in rushing.
Well,
I don't know why am I talking like that. I'm fucked up, yo. My bad, y'all. So I had Clement leads the team in rushing, which I think he will. I had Ertz leading the team in receiving,
which he will.
I had Jones starting by mid-season. Sidney
on the
Jones
outside.
on the outside.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I think it was close, though. I think it was going to happen.
He was struggling in the slot before he got hurt. Yeah, he was struggling.
You think he's a better real quick? You think he's a better outside than he is inside?
I mean, he's played outside.
Yeah, it's probably better outside.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think
Slot is hard,
But
man.
see, here's the thing, though. This is what I like. I believe too with a lot of people. They don't understand that they see the film on these dudes every day in practice. So it's something that they saw like, okay, maybe he's not ready for the outside right yet.
Right.
Because they really didn't even question putting him on the outside. And when he played on the outside in the preseason a couple of times, he wasn't like playing really good. So, I mean, hopefully he's a better outside. I mean, me looking at him in Washington, I would think so. But I'm not even sure in the league because they didn't even take that chance with him.
Right. No, you're absolutely right there. So that's looking like a mess. I had Cox getting double-digit sacks. He's cooled off. And then I had them winning the Super Bowl game. I was at the beginning of the year. That was at week 1.
Mm-hmm.
MVP, I had Drew Brees, which could be. Defensive Player of the Year, I had Cox. Offensive Player of the Year, I had Zeke. Coach of the Year, Andy Reid. Comeback Player, Wentz. And then my Super Bowl pick was Philly versus Steelers, which still could happen, but I don't know.
I remember I had Khalil Mack as the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Him or Marcus Peters. Right. I was thinking. I don't know who I said for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
But if I can, I'm just going to put in Gurley right now.
Weren't we on Drew Brees saying Offensive Player of the Year or MVP or something like
Mahomes
that?
might get it too.
Yeah, Mahomes, he deserves everything he getting too.
Yo, I was so wrong on that.
Yeah.
So wrong on that call.
That voice, though, kind of crazy, right?
What, his?
You ever hear him talk?
No, I never heard him talk.
Oh, man. Wait till you just Google it. Wait till you hear him talk. That boy got a That boy got a crazy voice.
On that note, we out of here. MoneyPot Podcast, the homie B.Diddy, the homie Steve-O, man.
Get this bag.
Peace.
Secure it.